Have you ever felt lost? I mean, that feeling of, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. I don't know what my purpose here is. All the existential questions. I just want you to know it's completely normal to feel that way. I felt that way numerous times in my life. But I found that there's one thing that you can do that can help solve that problem. And that is get selfish. Ridiculously, unapologetically, purposefully selfish. Let's get into it. Hi, my name is Alan and welcome to Win the Day Project channel, where we talk about systems and systems thinking, helping us achieve our health, wealth, and happiness goals. I was a busy professional, stressed out, working to live the American dream, and systems thinking helped me break free of all that. And now I live the life that I want to live. So, if this is your first time here, please like and subscribe. Stay notified whenever we have a new video drop. And now let's talk about finding our purpose. So I can remember pretty vividly when I got off the bus for the first time and I walked into the Pentagon in DC. I was 29 and I had just started a new job. I was a young GS-15 in the Lean Six Sigma program office, and our mandate was pretty remarkable. Save taxpayer money as the DoD conducted operations. I walked past the metal structures and barriers amongst the crowd of people that got off the bus that day. Had my headphones in, listening to music, and we filed past people dressed in black, all black, with heavy machine guns with them, MP5s, I think, through the first set of metal detectors. And as I crossed through that door, it suddenly dawned on me that this dream job that I had, this thing that I had been pursuing, six-figure job before the age of 30, I had achieved, but it wasn't actually all that dreamy. It turns out that this job was just a culmination of a lifetime of doing things that my family wanted me to do. My father was in the military, my mother was in the military, my brother and my sister, and I followed in their footsteps. There just didn't seem to be any other way in life. And of course, once your military service was finished in our house, the next best thing was government service, and you worked that job until you're retired. And that was the plan for all of us, really. So here I was at 29, GS-15, six-figure job. According to my mother, I had made it, and I was set for life. Turns out that job was miserable, and I was miserable in it. I was in and out of country every 30 days or so. I lived in an apartment with sparse furniture and not too many connections in the town, not too many friends, no family. And I kept asking myself, why am I doing this? There was a voice in my head saying, this isn't it. This isn't it. Everyone around me, my coworkers, told me how lucky I was. My friends back home, my family. Wow, what a great job. We're so proud of you. And the whole time I knew it was a lie. I felt this tension. I felt this desire to be doing something else. Peter Senge, in his book, The Fifth Discipline, talks about this idea in a business context of creative tension. The notion that an organization experiences struggle and strife as they try and figure out and exist between the company that they desire to be, the vision they have for themselves, in the company that they currently are. And those two things are opposing each other, and there's friction and conflict, and this energy is created. If we extend that to our personal selves, personal growth, fulfillment, there's this conflict in us that comes from the vision that we have for ourselves and the life that we live every day. And it came into clear focus for me as I walked around the halls of the Pentagon. That job only lasted 2 years for me. When I connected the dots of the things that brought me joy through my life, I remember Mrs. Taducci's English class in 11th grade. I remember being really good at writing and thinking that's something I would really like to do. I remember in college, in an institution that doesn't produce a lot of art, philosophy, or literature majors at West Point, there were 11 of us who graduated with that major or focus, and I was one of them. So I knew deep down that I wanted to be a creative. I wanted to share ideas. I wanted to jump off the hamster wheel of working just to pay bills. I had dreams of owning my own business, and so I quit that Pentagon job, and it turned out to be the best thing that I ever did for myself. So, if you feel lost, there's one solution that I think really helped me, and that was being selfish. Selfish about how I spent my time, how I spent my energy, how I spent my focus. Now, I know being selfish is portrayed as being amoral, terrible thing, something we look down upon in society. But I found the analogy that always made the most sense to me was when you're on an airplane in an emergency situation, oxygen masks descend, and you're supposed to put your oxygen mask on first before you help other people. Why is that? Because the likelihood of you succumbing to a lack of oxygen and becoming distressed increases significantly if you don't put your mask on first. And now two people, you and the person you were supposed to help, are now in distress. So in order to be the best version of yourself, in order to help others, you have to be selfish and put your mask on first. I didn't realize that was true in life until I was faced with the decision of staying at that job, that dream job that my family and friends all thought I was meant to be doing, and listening to myself and my heart and going out on my own and starting a business that ended up failing 2 years later. But it was the first step in a long journey that has brought me here to a place that I never actually believed was possible, but only dreamed of. And here we sit. So, get selfish. I am a systems thinker. A system can be defined as a set of interconnected parts whose interactions work together to achieve a specific purpose or function. And I like to take a broad look at what that actually means. We're surrounded by systems. The human body is a system. There's the political system, education system, marketing systems, sales systems that impact us every day from the time we wake up in the morning to the time we go to sleep. And it's up to us on how we interact with those systems. And personally, again, the secret, the trick, is to get really, really selfish with those systems that are impacting us and interacting with us all the time. My life changed when I chose not to give those systems power and dominion over me. Instead, I would have power and dominion over them. In most cases, it was to ignore them, to not interact with them. I got selfish with my time, my focus, my energy. I had a clear vision for my life that I created, and that was get healthy, get wealthy, make enough money to pay for the life that I wanted, and be happy. Build the relationships that uplifted me and moved me in the direction of the life that I wanted. Pretty simple. The hard part was staying the course. Because again, society tells us being selfish is bad. Focusing on yourself is bad, and I'm sure there's some context when being selfish is amoral or not great. Doesn't benefit the greater good. But when it comes to our lives, when it comes to the direction and the meaning in our lives, we have to be selfish. Because the sales systems around us, the marketing systems around us, the political system around us, the education system around us, all the systems that we have to interact with are not interested in making sure that we achieve our vision. They have their own purpose, their own function. And many times, those are in direct contradiction to what we're trying to achieve. So you feel lost? Get really selfish about what you want your life to be. You feeling lost? Decide that you're going to be the healthiest, wealthiest, and happiest version of yourself. If you're feeling lost, tell yourself over and over again that you're not going to allow the systems around you to dictate how you spend energy on your health, how you spend your money, and what you're going to be happy or sad about. We live in a political season right now where that system demands us, yells at us, encourages us to hate our neighbor, fight with our family, all for a vote. I choose to reject it, to ignore it. When it comes to the political system right now in our country, I'm being selfish. And I'm not spending any energy, time, effort, or focus on it, even though that system demands it of me every day, unsolicited. That video game that you like playing, why do you like playing it so much? Whose interest does it serve for you to play that game every day for hours and hours? That television show you like watching? Who benefits in the long term from you watching that show? Does it serve your interest? Does it help you get to your vision? I can ask the same things about happy hour, or the next new shoes that drop, or the new dress that everyone has to buy, or a car designed to drive on Mars. So many of the things that act upon us are not in our best interest. And the only thing, the tool that we have, the mindset that we should take in order to combat all of that, be selfish.